over bill erupts.
This bill is completely unconstitutional. It is fundamentally anti-democratic.
दुनिया में ऐसा कोई दूसरा उदाहरण देखने को नहीं मिलेगा. So I support what Abhishek Manu Singhvi ji has said. I am unable to find parallel anywhere in the world.
AAP, Congress lead opposition's defense.
ऑर्डिनेंसेस सिर्फ आपातकालीन और विषम परिस्थितियों में लाई जाएंगी. ऐसी कौन सी आपातकालीन और विषम परिस्थितियां आ गई कि आपको सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसले को 8 दिन के भीतर बदलना पड़ गया?
Delhi Parliament Dangal, our top focus on 6 p.m. Prime.
Good evening. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. This Monday evening, I'm getting you all the latest updates coming in from Parliament. As we speak, the debate on the Delhi Services Bill is underway in the crucial Rajya Sabha. It sailed through Lok Sabha. Will the bill have a similar fate in the Rajya Sabha? At this point, it definitely looks like it. So what does that mean politically for the India alliance? We're going to be talking about that and much more. As always, let's begin with the headlines. Rahul's Lok Sabha membership restored after Lok Sabha Secretariat issues notice. Grand welcome by India MPs for Rahul in Parliament. Furious BSP MP BJP MLC verbal spat on stage. Danish Ali stops BJP MLC's Bharat Mata chant on stage. BJP Neta Vijay Varghya threatens says can kill anti-Bharat brigade. BJP alleges China linked to Congress and Parliament. Rakes up alleged Chinese funding for Rajiv Gandhi Foundation after the New York Times exposed China propaganda funding. NewsClick, Indian website, accused of getting Chinese funding response, calls allegations false and misleading.
Chris, China, NewsClick, a part of a umbilical cord. राहुल जी की नकली मोहब्बत की दुकान में चीनी सामान ये साफ नजर आने लगा है.
Explosive revelation on pre-planned new riots, chilling WhatsApp chats, exposed conspiracy, communal poison spewed to mobilize mob, sinister attack on the Shobha Yatra orchestrated. Day 5 of ASI survey at Gyanvapi complex concludes. Hindu side claim remnants of idols found. ASI to submit survey report in 4 weeks. And Siddaramaiah government under lens yet again. Karnataka governor raises corruption charges against the agriculture minister. Cheluvaraya Swamy calls all allegations baseless and false. As we speak, every political party currently in the Rajya Sabha is getting a chance to present their view on the Delhi Services Bill. And in about 30 minutes from now, Home Minister Amit Shah is also expected to speak in the Rajya Sabha. This is the big fight for control in Delhi. Home Minister Amit Shah is the one who had tabled the bill in the Lok Sabha. He'd given a fiery speech just before the bill was passed in the lower house as well. Expect the same fireworks in just about 30 minutes from now, as Amit Shah will essentially be closing up the BJP's arguments, the NDA's arguments in favor of the bill at 6:30 this evening. After that is when the voting will take place, and that's when it'll come down to the numbers. Aishwarya Paliwal is joining us live with more details on this. Aishwarya, good evening. In half an hour from now, Amit Shah will be speaking. That will be followed by the voting. And that's when, of course, we'll know which way this will go. The opposition is doing everything they can, including bringing forward their ailing members of parliament to the Rajya Sabha today to ensure that, they have the numbers on their side.
Well, Akshita, for the Aam Aadmi Party, this indeed is a do-or-die battle, because this is what they spoke about when they joined the India Alliance. In fact, they also arm-twisted the Congress Party, making sure that the Congress Party comes on board with making sure that when the ordinance is in the Rajya Sabha, the Congress Party stands with the Aam Aadmi Party. We have seen quite a lot of bonhomie between all the opposition parties. This actually is a litmus test for all of them. As far as the BJP is concerned, the numbers obviously are not on their side at the moment in the Rajya Sabha, but yes, we will see see a very fiery speech given by Home Minister Amit Shah. 6:30, 6:45, Akshita, is what we understand when the Home Minister will get up. Let me tell you, ever since the debate, the discussion began on the bill, he's been listening to everyone speak very keenly. Was seen also writing notes. So Amit Shah, the Home Minister, very, very ready for the debate, and we will see what happens when the voting takes place. But yes, for the Aam Aadmi Party at least, this is a do or die battle.
Very true. Aishwarya, just stay with me. At this point, while the Aam Aadmi Party, as Aishwarya put it, is a do or die battle for them, it's definitely not looking good, because if you see the kind of comments that have come in, there are some fence sitters who are crucial in this game. The BJD, the YSRCP, they've already spoken. They've made their stand clear. They're saying we're backing the BJP on this one. Many of them even not holding back. The YSRCP particularly lashed out at the Aam Aadmi Party. To get you some of those highlights of what played out in the Rajya Sabha, as expected, the India Alliance came together to oppose this bill, calling it anti-democratic and stating that this bill essentially undermines the power of the Delhi Chief Minister. The opposition said that the bill has been tabled by the centre and it's against the basic structure of our constitution. Now, as far as the BJP is concerned, they've, of course, continued to defend the bill completely. You had Sudhanshu Trivedi speaking for the BJP, saying that no rule of constitution has been broken and that the legality of the bill is 100% valid. We've seen some very, very interesting arguments being put forth in the Rajya Sabha, because some of your biggest legal stalwarts are also there. Mahesh Jethmalani has spoken. The former CJI, Ranjan Gogoi, has also spoken on this particular bill. Let's play out some of those highlights for you.
This bill is completely unconstitutional. It is fundamentally anti-democratic. It is a frontal assault on the regional voice and aspirations of the people of Delhi. It violates all principles of federalism, all norms of civil service accountability, all models of assembly-based democracy.
गुजरात में कांग्रेस का वोट हाफ कर दिया, पंजाब में इनका स्विच ऑफ कर दिया, दिल्ली में साफ कर दिया और आपने इनको माफ कर दिया। और उसके माफी के बाद भी मुझे लगता है, अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी ने कहा था, तो मैं भी ये कहना चाहता हूं, आप साथ में आए हैं दिल्ली के इस बिल पे, दिल्ली की जनता के लिए आए हैं या किसी और कारण से आए हैं, ये दिल्ली की समझदार जनता समझती है। तो मैं भी एक पंक्ति कहना चाहूंगा कि शाम तक सुबह की नजरों से उतर जाते हैं, इतने समझौतों पे जीते हैं कि जमीर भी मर जाते हैं।
सर, मैं अपने वक्तव्य को 3 भाग में बांटता हूं। पहला, कि ये बिल कैसे एक राजनीतिक धोखा है, पॉलिटिकल फ्रॉड है। दूसरा, ये कैसे एक संवैधानिक पाप है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल सिन है। और तीसरा, कि ये एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉक जैम। संविधान ये कहता है, और वाईवी चंद्रचूड़ साहब का AK रॉय वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया एक बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण लैंडमार्क जजमेंट है, जिसने कहा कि ऑर्डिनेंसेस सिर्फ आपातकालीन और विषम परिस्थितियों में लाए जाएंगे। ऐसी कौन सी आपातकालीन और विषम परिस्थितियां आ गई कि आपको सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसले को 8 दिन के भीतर बदलना पड़ गया?
If this bill is passed, the Aam Aadmi Party, that is the official name, I have no hesitation to say that it is absolutely anarchy party. AAP. Tanashahi party. That is what they are doing now. Tanashahi party. Anarchy party.
So BJD is in favor of this bill because it supports the constitutional standpoint of this bill and the Parliament's power to enact legislations and the Parliament's legislative competence to such matters.
What I do not understand is the half-hearted support extended by two of my learned friends representing the BJD and the YRCP. They know that this is unconstitutional. I think the law ministry knows it is unconstitutional.
But the respective parties who are chiefly concerned with this change are Congress and the BJP. Is that the Congress, who never had any problem with this issue about control of services, has now, like a batsman who has lost form and hasn't scored a half century for 10 years, is now seeking an alliance so that it can inch towards its first 50. The AAP is like a cricket team whose captain has been caught ball tampering. A vigilance report exists, and suddenly they want to become vigilant about the vigilance report. BJP's present government is the third umpire. We want to stop this nefarious practice. A convention, a wholesome convention for better administration and for effective administration of the Union Territory of Delhi by the Union government now needs to be made into law, lest people subvert the services and hide their corruption. I wholeheartedly and with all the vigor at my command support this. Thank you, Chairman.
What is pending before the Supreme Court is the validity of the ordinance and specifically 2 questions referred to the Constitution bench. That has nothing to do with what is being debated in the House.
Okay, so those were some of the highlights of the arguments made both for and against the bill. I want to bring in Maushmi Singh on this broadcast. Maushmi, good evening. The question everyone's asking right now is what is going to be the fallout of what we're seeing currently in the Rajya Sabha? If things don't go in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party, despite all of, the dialogue that they've had with the Congress, with the entire India alliance, is it a possibility, and this is something Amit Shah referred to, but on the ground, Maushmi, is it a possibility that the Aam Aadmi Party will then walk out of the India alliance?
Akshita,
Apologies. We'll just reconnect with Maushmi in just a few moments there. At this point, with the arguments continuing in Rajya Sabha, the question that I put forth of what this would really mean for the political future of the India alliance is what everyone's asking at this point. Aishwarya Paliwal is also with us. Aishwarya, that question to you, are you picking up really from your sources some hints, some buzz that the AAP is actually considering that move of leaving the India alliance if this doesn't go in their favor?
Well, these are all information that we are getting from the sources, and there obviously has been a buzz from day one, because the way in which Aam Aadmi Party arm-twisted Congress into coming on the same page and saying that they will stand with the Aam Aadmi Party, there's a lot of speculation, obviously. The political circles are abuzz with the fact that if things don't go the way the Aam Aadmi Party wants it, they will be the first party to walk out of the India alliance. We also saw, Akshita, if you remember what happened in Patna. That was the place where Nitish Kumar had invited everyone. We saw the visuals of those mangoes going inside the house, but it was in fact Arvind Kejriwal who did not even have dinner there. So obviously a lot of speculation at the moment going on, but one thing that the India alliance will try to do, and that is if they want to fight unitedly against Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP, is to make sure that they stick together till at least 2024. So if the Aam Aadmi Party walks out now, then this entire alliance, the India alliance, will be standing on very weak footing. The next meeting is in Mumbai. So, they will all have to make sure that they stick together. Everything depends now, Akshita, on the voting that will take place. The BJP also has made sure that they have all the MPs in the House. Right. The opposition also issued a whip. The Aam Aadmi Party, in fact, had issued a whip, wanting to make sure that they have numbers with them. Akshita.
And if you look at the numbers right now and how they stand really at this point, the BJP and its allies are about 131 members, while the opposition has 104. So if the Aam Aadmi Party right now is putting up a show where they claim they still have the numbers, well, you see on your screens how it's playing out. It's definitely not in their favor. They're just putting up a brave face at this point. Maushmi is back with us. Maushmi, that question to you once again. What are you picking up from your sources? Is there a possibility of the Aam Aadmi Party leaving the India alliance? Are the India allies right now worried that that's something they have to consider?
Akshita, I think it's a bit too early to actually deduce that them not being able to get the bill through, vote against the bill, and the BJP getting the bill passed in the House would actually make the Aam Aadmi Party walk out of the alliance, because this is also an issue of credibility of the Aam Aadmi Party. Yes, they have been a difficult partner to ally with. We saw that they held the entire presser in Patna to ransom, and Arvind Kejriwal made it very clear that the interest of Delhiites was his priority, and he needed the Congress to clear its stand. But we've seen a lot of bonhomie after that. We've seen a lot of support for Sanjay Singh, who was suspended by the chair, and the entire India party members are still sitting with him and protesting with him. So we will have to wait and see. It's too early to read between the lines right now.
All right, we'll see what is the impact. We'll possibly know come tomorrow itself, considering that the voting will be happening in just about 1 hour from now after Home Minister Amit Shah speaks. Breaking news that's coming in, you can expect a reaction from Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal almost right after the proceedings of the Rajya Sabha. Now, Arvind Kejriwal has tweeted, and I quote here, "I will address on the black bill today immediately after the Rajya Sabha debate ends." He's referred to the Delhi Services Bill as the black bill, but is confirmed that soon after the Rajya Sabha debate comes to an end, which is followed by a voice vote, Arvind Kejriwal will speak. By then, it will be very clear whether the bill has been passed or not. So accordingly, of course, Kejriwal will be making his comments. But it's detrimental to him, to his government, so he will be tracking very closely what's really happening. Home Minister Amit Shah is expected to speak in about 15 minutes from now, and after that, the voice vote will take place. Right after that, we're expecting that Arvind Kejriwal will also speak. Let's cut across to more breaking news that's coming in. Here's an interesting bit that we pulled out from the Rajya Sabha debate. You had the RJD, which is very much a part of the India alliance, targeting the Aam Aadmi Party over the Delhi Services Bill. Manoj Jha, who was speaking on behalf of RJD, highlighted how Aam Aadmi Party took a different stand on Article 370 on Jammu and Kashmir when that debate had played out in the Rajya Sabha. And essentially his message is, I hope AAP has learned from then to now that you must support and stand with the helpless. So there are some taunts. We don't know whether it's going to have any impact on the alliance per se, but these are taunts that are happening on the floor of the House. Manoj Jha essentially advising the Aam Aadmi Party, saying, look, I'm glad you've learned your lesson from what happened the last time around. Let's play out for you exactly what the RJD MP said.
सर मैं तो अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का बिल ही नहीं मानता हूं, दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट का बिल ही नहीं मानता हूं। मैं तो ये मानता हूं कि सर अगर ये प्रयोग सफल हुआ, अगर सांप ने रास्ता देख लिया, तो कल को उन पर भी गाज गिरेगी जो आज न्यूट्रलिटी और इक्विडिस्टेंट के नाम पर न जाने क्या क्या सोच रहे हैं। सर हम तब भी आपके साथ होंगे, ये तो गारंटी है सर, हमारे पास कोई विकल्प ही नहीं है। परेशान हताश लोगों के पक्ष में खड़ा होना। हम तो कश्मीर चल रहा था, उस वक्त आम आदमी पार्टी ने कोई और पोजीशन लिया था, आज उनको समझ में आ रहा होगा कि क्यों उस वक्त वो पोजीशन लिया। और आज मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि कल को किसी राज्य के साथ होगा, हम आपके साथ होंगे।
So that was the comment made by Manoj Jha. But even as, in fact, he gave that particular advice to the Aam Aadmi Party, there's no doubt which way the RJD will vote. They've made it very clear that they will back the AAP at this point. But as I mentioned those numbers earlier, it's not looking good for the Aam Aadmi Party. It looks like the NDA has the numbers on their side, and that's largely because of parties like the BJD and the YSRCP who've taken a stand favouring the BJP on this particular bill. Aishwarya Paliwale is back with us on this broadcast. So Aishwarya, you had in fact the RJD making that tongue-in-cheek comment when you had Manoj Jha highlighting what the Aam Aadmi Party's stand was on Article 370.
Well, Article 370, Akshita, has been a bone, has been a topic on which a lot of leaders have been speaking about the fact that when we needed you, you were not there. One of the first people to speak about it was Farooq Abdullah. Then we also saw how Umar Abdullah also spoke about the fact that when we needed you on 370, that was the time when most of the parties were missing. So obviously, this alliance that has happened of almost 25 opposition parties, all of them, there is a tug of war that is taking place between some of the parties. But yes, for Delhi, for Congress, for the Aam Aadmi parties, especially for Nitish Kumar, because he's, wanting to be the one person who's bringing all the opposition parties together. This is a very, very crucial bill. Also, it is important for the Bharatiya Janata Party because they have been time and again wanting to make sure that the power in the national capital stays with the centre. So just in case they are able to make sure that they get the numbers right and they get this bill passed, it will be a big victory personally for Home Minister Amit Shah, because he's been batting for this bill for quite some time. BJP as a party has been batting for it. We did see after the Supreme Court order how the ordinance was given out in almost the next couple of days. So the BJP is also very keenly eyeing it, and that's the reason why we have seen the way in which BJP has approached it. Home Minister has been listening to each and everyone, sitting inside the house over the past almost 5 hours now, taking down notes. So all eyes at about 6:30, 6:45 p.m. when Home Minister will speak, and then the very crucial voting that will take place. Akshita.
All right, we'll track the latest of what comes in from the Rajya Sabha. Thanks very much, Aishwarya, for getting us all of those details. Here on India Today, we're getting you all the highlights of what's playing out in the Rajya Sabha. As I said, in about 10 to 15 minutes from now, Home Minister Amit Shah is also expected to speak. We're slipping into a very short break. Lots more coming your way on the other side.
Meet the men Monu Manesar and Bittu Bajrangi who inflamed Mewar, who triggered the fiery chain reaction.
आपके वीडियोस ने जो है वो उकसाने का काम करा है इस यात्रा में। कोई उकसाने का कार्य नहीं किया, ना मैं उस यात्रा में गया।
The key faces of the new nightmare, live streamed provocations and poison.
आधे घंटे की प्लानिंग नहीं है, ये कह रहे हैं कि बिट्टू ने बोल दिया, मैंने बोल दिया, वो इसको लोग तैयार बैठे थे वो बंदूक लेके।
Cops hunt them, but we find them. Listen as they paint the full scary picture. Only on India Today Television.
कांग्रेस ने विदेशी लोगों के साथ हाथ मिलाने का प्रयास किया, और यही नहीं, जब इनको निमंत्रण मिला सोनिया जी को, राहुल जी को, कब मिला? जब ओलंपिक्स खेल हुए तो कांग्रेस पार्टी को भी, गांधी परिवार को भी वहां पर न्योता दिया गया, और ये लोग उस समय चाइना भी गए, खेल देखने गए थे, खेल करके आ गए, वहां पर एक एग्रीमेंट साइन करके आ गए, जहां पर हाई लेवल एक्सचेंज होना था दो पार्टियों के बीच में। अब पता नहीं किस तरह का हाई लेवल एक्सचेंज होना था, ये तो 2017 में हमको जुलाई में देखने को मिला, जब डोकलाम में अतिक्रमण करने का प्रयास उस समय चीन की सेना ने किया, तो हमारे सेना के जवानों ने मुंह तोड़ जवाब उनको दिया। लेकिन राहुल गांधी जी उस समय चीन के अधिकारियों के साथ, डिप्लोमेट के साथ हाथ भी मिला रहे थे, खाना भी खा रहे थे, ना जाने क्या रणनीति और क्या क्या एक्सचेंज कर रहे थे।
Congress party and entire government is indulged in corruption. So this kind of complaints has been repeatedly coming against all the ministers, including CM, his family and entire government. Even in Bangalore, every possible place, these people have been trying to exploit, being corrupt is become their culture, and they are completely insensitive, and people are really worried, completely they are worried.
उनको जिस साजिश के तहत भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने एक सिंह गर्जना को रोकने की कोशिश की थी, राहुल गांधी इज बैक, और फिर उनकी सिंह गर्जना चालू रहेगी। लेकिन मेरी समझ में एक चीज नहीं आती, ये भाजपा क्यों अपने खिलाफ उठने वाली आवाज को बंद करने की कोशिश कर रही थी। आज ये इंडिया की जीत है, राहुल गांधी की जीत है, मोदी सरकार की पराजय है।
We are happy that Honorable Rahul Gandhi ji is back in Parliament, and we still believe that democracy exists in this country, even though the Surat court verdict was not in a proper manner, which was even also stated by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. It is very clear that even a common man can now depend upon the judicial system of India.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Karnataka Minister Dinesh Gundu Rao has stirred a controversy, putting the India alliance in a tough spot. Dinesh Gundu Rao called Aam Aadmi Party's Mohalla Clinic overhyped after visiting Panchsheel Mohalla Clinic in Delhi city. Meanwhile, AAP claims the Karnataka minister changed his stance after receiving a phone call. Here's more.
The opposition India alliance is in a spot. War of words erupt between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress over Mohalla clinics in Delhi. It started with a guided tour of Mohalla clinic given to Karnataka Minister Dinesh Gundu Rao, shared widely on social media by AAP leaders. But Dinesh Gundu Rao later called Arvind Kejriwal government's Mohalla clinics overhyped and disappointing.
It was not like the way it was hyped up to be. So in that way it was a disappointment. It was not like the way it was hyped up to be as a model for the whole country. I think there are better models in many other states also. And even in Karnataka also we have got our own good model.
Now Congress leader Sandeep Dixit has slammed Arvind Kejriwal's governance.
जब कभी बड़ा अलायंस होता है तो उसमें ऐसे सब भी हो जाते हैं। अब ऐसा नहीं है भाई, जंगल में जहाँ शेर रहते हैं, हाथी रहते हैं, वहाँ गीदड़ भी रहते हैं। गीदड़ से भी नहीं करेंगे यार, गीदड़ बेचारे में भी बहुत बढ़िया क्वालिटीज होती हैं, वो भी प्राकृतिक होता है, उसका भी प्रकृति में कोई योगदान होता है।
Meanwhile, the Bharatiya Janata Party did not miss out on the opportunity to take a dig at the Kejriwal government.
These two parties that cannot see eye to eye have only come together not because they have any mission or vision. It is only because they want to save their corruption, their commission, their politics of division and their obsession and ambition for position.
AAP claims Dinesh Gundu Rao changed his position on Mohalla clinics under pressure from some quarters.
दिनेश राव जी बहुत तारीफ कर रहे थे, मोहल्ला क्लिनिक देख रहे थे, अखबार वाले साथ में थे, मीडिया साथ में, अचानक एक फोन आया, किसका आया तो वो बता सकता है और उनकी भाषा बदल गई।
The open fight between the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party has come as an embarrassment for the newly